Everybody, what's going on? My name is Travis Marshall with another edition of Lunch Punch, brought to you by the newly renovated website, grilledchristian.com. Now, you can think of Lunch Punch as your 5-minute shot of spiritual adrenaline to help you to begin and even to get through your week. And so today I'm actually going to this week I'm going to call this Unique Week. And the reason why is I just was able and privileged to be able to speak about man's uniqueness, about mankind's uniqueness. And I thought I'd like to just take a couple of sessions and talk to you directly about how you are unique. So if you'll follow me, we'll jump right into it at 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. I'm going to use the New Living, but I may be kind of going back and forth between this and another translation. But it says this, 1 Peter 2, verse 9 and verse 10. 1 Peter 2, 9 and 10. You, not like you, but you, that's me, but that's you. You are a chosen people. You're royal priest. You're a holy nation. You're God's very own possession. As a result, you can show others the goodness of God, for He called you out of the darkness and into His marvelous light. Once you had no identity as a people, and now you're God's people. Once you received no mercy, now you have received God's mercy. I want to tie just a couple of points in today's Lunch Punch. And the first thing is, I want you to know that it says that you're a chosen people. You're chosen by God. He specifically reached out to you and chose you. If you're here, if you exist right now, if you're breathing, if you're watching this video, I'm talking to you, not to the person to the cubicle to your right, or maybe to the person to your left, or whatever it may be. I'm talking to you. God chose you. Another translation will tell you that you're a peculiar people. What does that mean? That means you're strangely awesome. Yeah, I mean that's so cool when you think about it. You are strangely awesome. And so you're chosen by God. The next thing it says is you are royal priests. Now, think about that for a moment. That's a really cool thing to say, because whenever it talks about royalty, whether you're a king, whether you're a queen, you speak out, and every time you speak, things are done. You set wheels in motion. A king and a queen speaks, and who responds? Like everybody responds, right? Everybody responds to what the king or queen has to say. So you're able to speak out into this world and create some amazing things. Again, through the power and according to the will of God. Let's keep that straight and make sure that's known. But then also, so you're royal priest. So the cool thing about this, as a priest, or perhaps even priestess, because we don't want to leave the ladies out here, but as a priesthood, you're able to actually speak to God. Now, that should come as something truly remarkable. Just chew on that for a minute. You get to talk to God, like the big G, all right? You get to talk to Him. Don't ever take that passively. That's something truly, truly remarkable. And then it talks about a holy nation, and that's a set apartness. And it's not talking about America or Afghanistan, or it's not talking about that. It's talking about those who have responded to being chosen by God. You're a holy nation. You're a part of a nation outside of this existence. And then it goes on to you're being God's possession, which kind of speaks to what I just said. And the reason why all this, as a result, as it says, is so that you can show others. You can show others the goodness of God. Not how great you are, but how great He is. And here's the cool thing about this. In verse 10, it all ties down to this point. It doesn't get much better of an identity than somebody who's chosen, who's royal, who's a priest, who's holy, and who is God's own child. Do all this, assume this identity, and respond by showing people God's goodness around you. God bless you. This is Travis Marshall, grilledchristian.com, Lunch Punch. You can always like our Facebook page. You should see at the end of this, there'll be a link to our YouTube channel where you can subscribe there, and always check us out at grilledchristian.com. Have a great week, guys. You're unique.